Hey guys, so I see a bunch of people pressing on these. I was able to find some finally at one of my Walmarts. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Walmart, but I do see suppliers now, China Direct suppliers carrying these. So I'm going to go ahead and measure it. This is a circumference measuring tape. If you are interested in one, send my Facebook page a message. My Facebook page is Iron Ponds Printing and Blanks. I am going to press this, so you can see 9.50 is here. So I'm going to do this at about 9.45 for the circumference. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. And I'm going to do my other measuring tape for the height. So I'm going to do about 7.50 for the height. The design I'm using, I know for a fact I can't drop and drag into silhouette. It won't pull it all through. I don't know why, but I did another video using the same pattern and I know it won't work. So I'm just gonna make a shape over here on the left hand side and change my sizing. This is the first time I'm doing these, so we're gonna wing it. So I have my size, and then I'm just going to drop my monochrome roses into the design. So you can see here, this is the design that I'm going to print out. I'm printing it out on my color. Alright, so this is printing right now. It's printing on my color paper, MECOLOUR. I will put the link, I get it on Amazon. I switch between that and Hippo right now. So I use A sub 2. I guess I use pretty much everything. I'm still using Hippo ink, and I'm running it on my 2720. So it's printing right now. I'm going to go ahead and get it trimmed, and I'm going to wrap this just like I do the glass tumblers. I'm currently uploading a video for the glass tumblers right now. They're in, I believe, 20 ounce and 25 ounce. I have two different types and from two different vendors. So I have skinny clear that I got from a China Direct supplier, and then I have the 25 ounce that are in frosted that I got from Stainless Depot. They're Hog. I actually got 2 cases of those and only 1 case of the clear because I wasn't sure if I would like them, but they are very pretty. It's just I put something inside of it so you can actually see what the design looks like. So this is printing, and I'll come back and show you how to do it. Alright, so I've trimmed this down. I ended up taking a 1/4 of an inch off, so I would do like 7.25. I just don't like where it pulls up here on the top and on the bottom. I don't want it to buckle when I go to wrap it. So I took some off the top and some off the bottom. And now I'm just going to wrap it like I do with the standard tumblers, like every tumbler. So you can see here I only have a little bit of an overlap on there, and I'm going to use shrink wrap on this. I'm going to use the yellow tape that I always use that I get on Amazon. I will post the link to that because that's on I think every video I have. So I'm going to do the top and the bottom and all the way down the side like I always do, and then I'm going to shrink wrap it. But I think since this has the this is buckling at the top. Not a fan of that at all. The design should be fairly forgiving, but it's definitely buckling at the top of this. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all. So let's try to mess around with this. Okay, so I ended up taking more off. You can see that they start to taper at the top, so it's like starting to buckle my paper. I'm definitely not a fan of these at all. It's not something that I would sell. I brought it all the way down past the bottom to move it down, and I taped part of the seam right now. I'm going to do the top and the bottom like I normally do. Like I said, I'm not a fan of how these are buckling at the top, so they must have a taper or something. Obviously getting up to the top where it moves in. This design that I'm using is fairly forgiving. Maybe it's different with a logo. Maybe I'll do that on the peach one. I'll try a logo one and see if it's any better. But I mean, for me, I prefer full wraps, but I'm not a fan. Right now I did the tape. I did 3 pieces of tape down the seam, and I'm going to do a couple. I'm going to do the top and the bottom. Right now I'm just taking my nail to try to get rid of the air bubbles that are in here. On the top you can see it in the tape. I'm using the same tape that I always do. Yeah, not a fan. I hope somebody else likes these, but I personally do not. But I went through and I did the top, and I'm going to do the bottom, and you can see the bottom's going to buckle too because I pulled it all the way down, so less of it buckled. So I would go significantly smaller. This design should be forgiving, kind of like a camo design. So we shall see how that works out. I'm going to finish wrapping these, and then I'm going to use shrink wrap like I normally do. And I'm going to put these in there. I'm going to try it in for the same time that I do for the frosted glass and the standard glass. Large ones for the 25 ounce. I'm updating. There's a video uploading right now on those. I still have to link the suppliers and stuff into the video. I haven't done that yet. So I will hopefully get those suppliers and stuff uploaded. So I'm going to go ahead and finish taping this, and then I'll shrink wrap it. Alright, so I have tape on these. Like I said, I'm not necessarily a fan of these at all. So we'll get this video done. Like I said, it wants to buckle at the top and at the bottom, so there has to be a taper or something. But anyway, so I put paper at the top, and I am going to just run some tape with the threads at the top. I'm putting the paper on there just so the shrink wrap doesn't go into the threads on the top and make it difficult for me to take it off. I've done that in a couple videos, only to make sure that there isn't any issues. Sorry, my brain is not functioning well today. So I'm just going to take the shrink wrap, and I'm going to shrink wrap this, and we are going to put this in my air fryer. I don't use a convection oven. I've never used a convection oven. I do have a tumbler press, but I have a love-hate relationship with my tumbler press. It keeps wanting to spike over 400 and burn my stuff. So I tried swapping out for another control box, and it didn't want to work. So I'm back to using my convection oven. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink this onto there, and we're going to put it in. And if you guys follow my stuff, you know that I use these bumpers on the bottom of my tumblers. I use them on the bottoms and the tops of my tumblers. The only one that I have Alright guys, so I have the bumpers on top and the bottom. My phone keeps stopping when I'm trying to videotape. I should probably just switch it over to my iPad. But anyway, so I'm going to put this in. I normally do, you can see the seam here, so I normally do seam side down, top up, just so I remember if I lose track. Alexa, 4 minutes. So this one is an analog air fryer, so I just set Alexa to 4 minutes. It's on 360, which is what I always do my stuff at. And we're going to flip it halfway through, and then I'll do another 4 minutes. So I'm going to do 4 minutes and then another 4 minutes. I'm going to try it the exact same way that I do the frosted and the clear 25 ounce from Hog and my China Direct supplier. So we're going to give this a try and see how it works. Alright, so Alexa went off. I'm going to go ahead and flip this. And we're going to do 4 minutes on this side. Alexa, 4 minutes. I use these little things. I have heat gloves, but they were leaving lint on everything, so I switched over to these. They're really cheap. I think you can get them at the dollar store. I think I got these in some big lots. So we're going to try another 4 minutes and see how it goes. Alexa, timer off. All right, so that's 8 minutes. We will see how it is. I'm going to let this sit and cool down. In the meantime, I'm going to work on some kids' sippy cups. I do still shrink wrap these, but I cut my shrink wrap in half so it doesn't go up over the threads where the top screws on. So, I mean, I can't tell if this is working or not, so we're just going to let this cool down a little bit, and then I'll take the bumpers and the shrink wrap and everything off, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so it is cool. I am going to peel this. Okay, so I'm gonna peel this. The paper came off. The shrink wrap didn't get into the shred, so I'm gonna peel this and see if it works. As I said, I did 360 for 8 minutes, turning it at 4 minutes. So I turn and rotate, which means I turn it 360 or 190 degrees, and then I also flip it this way. I do that with all of my tumblers and glass and everything that I put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a peel, and I'm trying to be careful not to scratch the frost on it. I have cut some with my nail, and it does scratch. So, and since this one's not a sublimation ready, I really don't know how this one's going to come out. So, as I said, I did a monochrome rose design. I don't know how long these will last. I will not sell these to my customers. I mean, they could work perfectly fine, but for me, I won't be selling these because I can't guarantee that the finish will not come off. So, as you can see, did take the finish, so that is perfectly fine. I'm going to finish peeling this off, and then I'll wipe it down and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so it's completely peeled, and I wiped it off with a wet paper towel. And now I'm just going to dry it. I'm checking to see if there's any ink coming off on the paper towel, which I don't see anything. So I'll grab the lid. Alright guys, so it's completely peeled, and I wiped it down with a wet paper towel. I have the top on these. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but it keeps wanting to shut off, so the video is going to be kind of pieced together. Anyway, these are $5.88 at Walmart plus tax if you haven't registered your resale, which I haven't done it at Walmart. I do see some China suppliers that have these now. If you look up Nemo, he is offering these now in the frosted, the blue, the peach or orangish color, and this red fuchsia color. So they're shipping from China. So if you have a resale cert that is submitted with Alibaba, you don't have to pay the tax or anything on it for that. But this is what they look like. It did sub, as I said, I did 8 minutes flipping halfway through. So flipping and rotating at 4 minutes, but I don't know, I can't tell you how long these are going to last, like I just took it out. So this is what it looks like done, and I hope that helps, guys. Bye!